It is time for racing in the 5th Chase race of 10 in the Gatorade Cup Series season number 12. We're here at the Chicagoland Speedway for the running of the Gatorade 400. After tonight, only 5 races remain to crown a Gatorade Cup Series champion, and this is maybe one of the craziest races we will see in this chase. On the pole for today's race, Jay Jefferson in the 78. Beside him in second, Chaser Evan Hunter comes in tied for second in points. Then in third place, it's Max Aronson. Fourth place, last season's champion Eli Bright. And rounding out the front 5, Anthony Fox in the 38. Starting in 6th place, you have Jeff Bright. 7th, it's Roman Fenway. Keegan Thompson in 8th. 9th place, Sebastian Kukulan. And Levi Schultz was a part of that controversial finish last season in this race. He rounds out the top 10. Back behind them, we have Diego Yepez inside him, the 22 of Jay Rando. Then there's the 9 of Michael Gregory and the 12 of Derek Hamill. Then points there, Georgia Satomi won last race at Watkins Glen, looking to extend that points lead, already a major gap for him. And choose outside the 11 of Jake Galloway. Then there's 21 TJ Hanley and 99 Jonathan Buford, along with Scott Upton and Colton Yo in the 01. Then there's Riley Spurley-Tube and the 45 of William Seaman, along with Antonin Charlebois and Keyshawn Richardson, the 29. Then we have Baby Ruiz and Riley Sampson, the 31, along with Tommy Fletcher Jr. and the 10 of Griffin Lynn. Then we have Colin Teague and Jose Mills, Carter Friesen and Landon Lyons. Then there's Marshall Burrow and Zachary DeLello, Luke Rainey, the 2 and the 77 of Ronan Curtis, Conrad Evans, Code Luigi, Nonigan Scott and Trey Rainey tied for second in points. And the final row, the 8 of Anthony Hernandez and the 83 of Max Rossi, rounds out the 42 car field for racing here at the Chicagoland Speedway. Jay Jefferson leads to the green flag. Let's go on trackside to get the starting command for this race at Chicagoland.
Driver, start your engine.
42 cars rolling here at Chicagoland for the 5th Chase race of the season. The Gatorade 400, 41 laps here at the Chicagoland Speedway, and what could be the turning point for the championship. So Toma comes in 11 points up over the tie for second with Evan Hunter and Trey Rainey. Others trying to close in, like Griffin Lynn, TJ Hanley, and Colton Yo, but they have to hope the 44 is a bad day or issues here today at Chicagoland. 41 laps, Jay Jefferson, Evan Hunter, the front rows. We come down to the green flag. It's in the air. We're racing at the Chicagoland Speedway. Off of the 4th corner to lead the first lap. Pole start, Jay Jefferson does it in the 78, but two's inside quickly goes to 1 of Max Aronson. Chaser Roman Fenway, Chaser Jay Rando, and points there. So Tomu come forward on the inside lane. Max Aronson to the front in the 1 car. Quickly two's inside. Roman Fenway looks for the lead. Can't get it. 17 going to drop him behind the 1 as he enters turns 3 and 4. Over 200 miles an hour down the straightaways in this pack. High speed adrenaline racing here at the Chicagoland Speedway. Aronson leads the 2nd lap. Fenway to his inside, the 17. Jay Randall, 22.44 Sotomu, also moving on the inside as Fenway leads in turns 1 and 2. 4 chasers to line up on the inside right here. Rando can't commit to the power there, loses some ground down the backstretch. Same with Roman Fenway just out in front of him. Now Sotomu looks 3 wide and will force it down to the inside of Rando. That's the points they're going for the 2nd position. Sotomu right here, he can be aggressive. He comes 11 points up. He can really try and make it so that he can extend that point. Back there, contact made! And around they go to the outside wall. Cars involved already. End of the wall, that is Jose Mills, Landon Lyons, Keegan Thompson, and Jeff Bright. Yellow flag is out on lap number 4. Early accident here at Chicagoland. Coming back around. 2 chasers battle it out. Fenway up top. Sotomu down low. Fenway back around to the caution flag in front, but points there, so Tomu will be second for the restart. First caution flag in the air. Contact was made entering turn number 1. 4 cars collected. Lyons, Thompson, Mills, and Bright all involved here in the first accident of the day in the Gatorade 400. Let's go see what happened. The single row of 4 wide here at Chicagoland. On lap number 4, it's the 1 row that's going to cause an accident racing off of the tri-oval. Scott Upton kind of pinching Landon Lyons down. He has some room, but Thompson also comes down and hits the 19 down to the 66. I don't know if they knew there were 4 wide or if they just ran out of real estate right there. Those 4 go to the wall, and Jose Mills collected it right there. Colin T kind of drives through in the 00. He got maybe some nose damage, but these 4 cars definitely got the most of it. And really, if I just put blame on that, it's on Keegan Thompson. He kind of forced the 19 into the 66 right there. I don't know if he knew they were 4 wide or something along the lines of that, but see right there, bang into the 19 multiple times, and Jeff Bright, innocent bystander, and Landon Lyons really had nowhere to go. He was just getting shoved all around, and Scott Upton very lucky to also get out of that without a crash. So 4 cars involved early on here at Chicagoland. Coming back around to the front, Roman Fenway, the 17, leads the Gatorade 400 under the first caution flag here in Chase race number 5. Coming back green here at Chicagoland, lap number 9 is when we're set to restart. 2 chasers lead the way, Roman Fenway and points leader Giorgio Satomu. Only 1 car retired from that, that's Landon Lyons. Jose Mills currently lapped down. The 20 and the 5, back 40th and 39th, are both damaged, but last cars on the lead lap. Chaser Roman Fenway out front, points leader Satomu in second. Max Harrison, William Steeman, and Chaser Colton Young run to the top 5. 2 more chasers of Rando and Charles Bois. Then Kukulan, Jefferson, and Sampson. They are the front 10s. We're back green here in the Gatorade 400 at Chicagoland. DI cars jumping out to the outside. Max Harrison and Colton Yo. They're both going to lose positions off that. Steeman's going to get to 3rd. Here comes Rando looking for 2 spots, getting a push from fellow chaser Anson and Charles Bois. Down the backstretch of the race as the cars start to get up to full song. Steeman looking low on Satomu. 44 to protect the bottom. Satomu again with a peek to the inside Fenway as they come off turn number 4. Can't get there quite yet. 3 wide behind them. Evan Hunter trying to come back through the field because he knows the points leaders right now in the 2nd position. Off to the 1st corner. Satomu's going to have a run right here. Great run to the inside. The points leader for the race lead. Here comes Anson and Charles Bois for 3rd. Kukulan right behind him. The 12 of Derek Hamill also moving forward. But the points leader leads, and Chicagoland Satomu out in front of the Gatorade 400. That is not what the chasers want to see, and fellow chaser Anson and Charles Bois is going to try and dispose of that 44. Put him to the outside and hope he falls back. Charles Bois now for the race lead. They're door to door down the back. The 44th to run off the top side, just a little bit faster down the straightaway. But the 26 better through the corners. Still gridlocked, side by side. Jefferson into Buford. They keep it under control. Now 3 wide for the lead goes Derek Hamill. Off to turn 1. Satomu's now up top 3 wide. Hamill's going to get out front. Hamill to lead in the Gatorade 400. Kukulan, who almost won this race last season, moves up to 2nd. In fact, he probably would have won it if he didn't crash under the yellow flag. He had got back around to the caution in front, but then crashed. Max Harrison, Eli Bright coming into contention. Eli Bright won the championship last season, had to get through this chaotic race. He was involved in that big crash at the end of it, but still made it out decently well. He'll move inside for 3rd. The front 2 get away, Hamill and Kukulan. Eli for 3rd. Behind them, Satomu starts to fade back up top 3 wide. Again, line in front of Jay Jefferson to just be double file right there in the 44. Just in front of that 78 Jay Jefferson. Just behind Jefferson is Evan Hunter, who is tied with Trey Rainey for 2nd in points. And Trey's just behind Evan as well, so they need to get by this 44 in a hurry to have a shot right there. For the 2nd position, Eli Bright's low on Kukulan, and Eli to take it away in the 24, coming off turn number 4. Oh, contact back there. Hanley's in the grass with Friesen. Oh, into the wall hard. Many cars involved in the back of the field. Yellow is out to come back into traffic, and Friesen has just been clobbered by Fletcher Jr. into the air. He goes. Friesen upside down. Fletcher hits him. Hernandez involved. Luke Rainey is involved as well. Caution in the air for the 2nd time today. Racing it back around. Derek Hamill, the 12, out in front. Eli Bright in 2nd. Hamill back around front. Eli, Buford, Richardson, Kukulan complete the front 5. Caution flag number 2 here at Chicagoland. Friesen into the grass after contact with TJ Hanley. He came back up, and chaser Luke Rainey and others had nowhere to go, and they're involved in this crash. Let's go see the reason for the 2nd caution flag. Racing off turn number 4, Carter Friesen peeking his nose to the inside. TJ Henley to make it 4 wide off turn number 4. They don't really slide up as high as maybe they were thinking. Seaman comes down and gets into Hanley, who's trying to stay off of Friesen. I don't think Seaman knew they were 4 wide. Then Friesen out of control, trying to control his car, but he comes back up right into Marshall Burrow. And Luke Rainey hard on the gas right into Friesen. Hernandez into the back of Luke. They all pile up to the outside wall, but it's not over yet for Carter Friesen. The 8 car bounces off the wall, and then to the 6, they come back down to traffic, and Fletcher Jr. driver's side impact into Carter Friesen. And the 6 goes for a wild ride. Luckily, that car comes back down on all 4s, but the yellow flag is called here at Chicagoland, and chaser Luke Rainey, who is down tied for 11th in the point standings. This is anything but what he wanted to see here today. Obviously, chance at a championship was very, very minimal coming in, but now it might just be over. And Friesen was just way out of control in that 6 car. He really had no say of where he was going there. And if you have to put blame, once again, that's William Seaman's fault. I mean, that 45 kind of just came down the racetrack as if he didn't know it was 4 wide, pinching Hanley down to Friesen. Right here, see right here. Look at the gap that 45 has up to the 78. It puts Friesen in such a precarious position going through that grass. And we're lucky TJ got away without any contact. Surprised he did, but Friesen right there. Hard impact for the driver of the 6. So more cars going to be out of the running here at Chicagoland. Derek Campbell, the 12, he's gotten out front, has not lost it so far. He's out front, last season champion in second. Highest chase is currently 4th. That's Keyshawn Richardson. We'll come back to the green flag gesture on the midway point here in the Gatorade 400 at Chicagoland. Coming back green on lap number 20, a little bit of a shake up here to the running order. Jonathan Beeford was in 3rd place, but came down pit road, and there might be issues on that 9-9. He might be out of the race. Well, first, cover who's out of that crash. Luke Rainey, Marshall Burrow, Carter Friesen, Anthony Hernandez. Mills is 1 lap down, 35 on the lead lap. Jonathan Beeford, the 99. Suspension issues on the 99. He is now out of the race. He was 3rd. Coming to the green flag, he's now out of the race. He will finish likely in the 36th position. So Hamill leads in the 12. Last season's champion Eli Brighton 2nd. Then chaser Keyshawn Richardson, Kukulan, Anderson are the front 5. Levi Schultz involved in that controversial ending last season. Charles Bois, Michael Gregory, Colton Yo, and Cole Luigi. That's the front 10 as we're back green here in Chicagoland. Hamill got a really good jump there. Eli Brighton did not get going whatsoever in the 24 car. That stacked the field up back behind. You can see that passing already. Hunter currently 1 spot in front of Satomu. Is up on the front. Eli's a nice run to the back of Hamill for the race lead. Satomu forced wide right there as here comes Eli Bright for the top spot. Eli to turn number 1 side by side with Derek Campbell, both of which have won multiple races this season. Eli looking for another. Won at Talladega just a few races ago, and he's out front now in Chicagoland. Back behind them, the battle for the points lead, battle for the championship. Hunter and Satomu are lined up. Hunter just in front of Satomu, but only getting 1 point of the 11 points they needs to gain. 20 laps to go. Eli still battling Hamill to turn 1. He can't clear that 12 quite yet. Hamill doing a great job keeping it beside that 24. Hunter loses the nose of the 43. Here comes Satomu. Georgia's the position down low. Trevor just at the back of this pack, the 18, trying to move forward after a bad qualifying position. Just behind Griffin Lynn. Right here, Satomu's going to move around. Evan Hunter is up front. Eli still cannot shake Derek Hamill. Off to turn number 1. See if Michael Gregory makes a move on the 24. He's looking. I think he's there. Can he commit, though, to the power? Here comes Cole Luigi, the 42. Protecting the bottom line off of Colton Yo. 2 by 2 at the front of the field, 3 wide behind them. Levi Schultz shuffled out. And now for the lead. Luigi looks 3 wide. Yo's going to make it 3 wide on Luigi. Code to the middle lane. Yo to the bottom. And Michael Gregory out front. That's the Season 4 champion of the series. Yo for 2nd. It was at this track long ago. Season 6, where he suffered heartbreaking loss. After dominating the race, but having mechanical issues late from the race lead with a plus 5 second gap over 2nd. Eli Bright back for the lead in turns 1 and 2, low on Michael Gregory. His teammate, Nonigan Scott, will move up to 3rd. Here comes our points leader, Satomu, trying to break inside the front 5, and Will down the backstretch. At 44, behind them, they shuffle out. Hunter up top, 4 wide. A precarious position for second of points Hunter to be in. Won this race last season as well. So Hendrick 1-2 as Scott moves to second, but now looks low on teammate Eli Bright. Here comes Max Aronson. He has a run. Kukulan will get down line. Richardson did not go through the corner well at all. He backed up part of the inside lane. Trey Rennie as well backing up Jay Brando. As up front, Satomo looks 3 wide. Putting the Hendrick cars to the outside. To the stripe. Scott leads the lap of the 48. Satomo, though, inside lane in turn 1. The points there is out front again. Can Max Aronson shuffle him in the 1? Richardson trying to come back in the 29. Same with Trey Rennie in the 18. Aronson looking at Satomo with the 44. Protects the bottom. Giving the 1 some room there. Satomo to defend the bottom. 14 laps to go. The 44 leads. The last 3 chase races, he's been the highest finishing chaser. And 1 last race at Watkins Glen. But now shuffled wide by Max Aronson. And lap traffic looms ahead. Which lanes do they hold up, and who gets around? Now they're 3 wide. That's not where you want to be, catching lap traffic 3 wide. They're catching Keegan Thompson first. Aronson leads at the start-finish line. Now to turn 1. Thompson to block the bottom. And look who goes around the outside but Satomo! Powering around the outside to get back out in front of the 44. And now the pack has to shuffle around. Rainey's through. Rando is through. Scott held up. Aronson held up. Oh, almost contact between the 1 and the 20. Hunter's back here getting held up. They're 4 wide, and some contact made between DeLello and Teague. They're trying to go 4 wide around this 20. Conrad Evans is through. TJ Hanley is through. Kukulon around the outside. He's trying to get around the 20. Hunter's still held up in the 43, though. One of our championship contenders. Back to the front. The points there still leads, but now Michael Greger looks to shuffle him out. And Mills and Jeff Bright ahead his lap cars. 11 to go this time by. And Trey Rainey has help from Eli Bright to get by Keyshawn Richardson. We'll see how these two affect. Where do Mills and Jeff Bright go? So Tomo trying to get around the outside again. But this time Mills goes high. Gregory through. Can Trey Rainey and Eli Bright and others get through? They will. The outside not the place to be. Gregory getting by Jeff Bright. And Satomu still held up by Mills. Can he shoot to the middle right here? That's his shot. 10 laps to go. Satomu is clear to get in line. 4 wide. Mills shuffled out in the 15. And the outside does not get going at all. Up front, Trey Rainey wants the lead on Michael Gregory. He's not won a points race this season. Won the All-Star race to get into the chase. Can he win one in the chase to try and extend his championship chances? Gregory leads that lap. 9 to go. Where's Evan Hunter, the 43 at? He's getting held up by Mills. He's been caught by both lap cars. He'll get around, but he has a lot of work to do to get through the pack to gain some points. Jeff Bray also has to get through in the 5. If he goes with Lynn, he'll get by, and it looks like he will. He'll get by 2 cars right there, and the lap car, Jeff Bright. But Satomu, the lap cars worked out well for him. He's still in the main pack. The 44 still up here in 7th position. Trey Rainey, the only chaser in front of him. 7 laps to go to the start-finish line. Satomu will move out 3 wide on Spurley Tube and Eli Bright. Max Rossi ahead of him. Riley Sampson leads. He won at Pocono. The start of the chase. 7 laps to go. Sampson leads to turn 1. Rossi for second. Toyota's duel out. Second, third, and fourth. Max Aronson with the run to the inside. He'll take it on Eli Bright. Jay Randall coming with a run. Evans, Hanley, and Galway as well have runs. But Sampson out front. Coming back to 6 laps to go. And time is a-ticking for anyone to shuffle this 44 out, have a shot. Will they catch Thompson again? It's very likely, with only 6 to go. And they have to cool this battle for a second. They keep staying side by side. Riley Sampson's just going to be in control for the rest of this race. At some point, Rainey or Rossi has to clear. Satomu does not get through 3 and 4 in the bottom well at all. Oh, Evans, Hanley, contact. Behind them, even more contact. They're keeping it straight for now. Yellow flag would end it with 5 to go. Drivers are starting to shuffle out. They know it's getting desperation time. Tsutomu inside the front 5. It's been a near perfect chase. The only bad chase race he's had was at Pocono. But since then, first place chase finishes. And now looking for another one. He's going 3 wide with 4 to go. And Trey Rennie up top 4, and he'll get shuffled out. And with that pass right there, Tsutomu's getting 12 points. Just like he has the last 3 races. Except for Watkins Glen, where he got 15. But still Riley Sampson in control, 3 to go at the stripe. Can anyone get to him? And will Keegan Thompson's lap car have an impact? 3 laps remain in the Gatorade 400, chase race number 5. And Tsutomu's sitting pretty in second, and he's clear of anyone around him. Sampson will catch the 20, entering turns 3 and 4. Where does he go? He'll go to the top, or will he? He'll block off the 44. They all get slowed. Rossi trying to go around the outside, but can't. The 31 maybe bangs off the 44. And now Thompson shoving the 31. Tsutomu's to the lead with 2 to go. The points here is out front again. But Max Harrison looks to change that in the 1 car. Thompson still holding up the pack. One of them's Trey Rainey. Hunter also being held up a little bit. But the white flag is shown this time by. And the points there leads looking for a second straight win. Can non-chasers change that? This is the white flag in the last lap at Chicagoland. Max Ayrton chasing down Tsutomu in turns 1 and 2. Scott to 3rd, Sampson to 4th. Ayrton with a run down the backstretch, side by side with the 44 car. To turns 3 and 4. Ayrton, the non-chaser, Tsutomu the points there and the chaser. Off turn 4 of the race. It's a drag race to the start-finish line. The winner of the race is Max Ayrton on the inside. The 1 car wins by fractions of an inch. Max Ayrton gets it done in a last lap pass over points there, Tsutomu, but still the 4th straight race. Tsutomu has been the highest finishing chaser. Amazing for that 44 team, but just a little bit of heartbreak as they were so close yet so far to victory lane. Right there by about a nose, Max Ayrton beats the 44 around the margin of victory, just over 1/100th of a second. Max Ayrton wins. Tsutomu extends the points lead with another top 3 result. Let's go see the finishing results and the updated point standings. Here is how they finished in the Gatorade 400 at the Chicagoland Speedway Chase Race number 5 of the season. 2 caution flags tonight for 8 laps, 16 lead changes, 10 different drivers saw the lead, and in a side-by-side run to the checkered flag, Max Ayrton edges out chaser Giorgio Tsutomu to win this race. Donegan Scott ends up in 3rd, Riley Sampson in 4th, and Eli Bright rounds up the top 5 of the 24. Conrad Evans scores a 6th place, Ronan Curtis in 7th, Roman Fenway in 8th, Colin Teague and Riley Spurleytube finish out the top 10 results. Only 2 chasers finished inside the top 10 here today, and inside the top 20 we had 6 chasers. As you look down, you can see TJ Henley gets a 14th, Evan Hunter will get 15th, Lynn in 16th, Keyshawn Richardson gets 20th, and for Tsutomu, maybe the only bad spot in this day is that he did not get those 3 extra bonus points for winning this race. And maybe the only sign of relief that the chasers have is that Tsutomu is now 3 extra points ahead. He's, obviously didn't get those points, but 4 straight races in the chase. Tsutomu has been the highest finishing chaser. Absolutely outstanding for that 44 team. They have brought their stuff. We'll see if they can control the second half of this chase. They have a huge points lead at this point in the chase. Chasers down here. Anson and Charles gets 24th. Leader of the most laps. Derek Hamill gets 25th. Rando chaser in 26th. Trey Rainey lap car at the end really hurt him as he falls to finish in 28th after running inside the top 10 for the majority of the second half of this race. Anthony Fox gets 30th. Colton Yo as well is running pretty well, but he faded 31st for him. And the only chaser out of this race, Luke Rainey in the 2 car, down in the 40th position, involved in that 1 crash early on in the going. Look down and see the rest of the cars that are out. On the right side are the updated chase standings, and for Giorgio Tsutomu, it is near perfect so far. A near perfect chase for Tsutomu at this point, as he currently has 55 points. His nearest competitor, Evan Hunter, is 14 points back in second. So that is basically a full race lead. So Tomu cannot leave next race not as the points leader. The worst he can have is he would be tied with Evan Hunter. So next race isn't a go out there and do everything for Satomu. Now the rest of this chase is really just kind of lay back and get 7-6 points each race. Even if they gain 3 points each race, it's going to be very, very tough for them to get up to you. That has to be that 44 team's goal for the rest of this chase. Hanley trying to close in. Right now moves up to third in points. He's had the last few good races. He's right now third in points, but 17 points back. A long ways to go for him. Fourth in points now, Griffin Lynn. But once again, long ways back, 18 points. And a time for fifth, Roman Fenway and Trey Rainey. They're 19 points back. You look down below that, you have to think anyone below, do they even have a shot? Anson and Charlebois, 22 points back. Colton Yo, 25 points back. Look at Jay Rando. He's a good ways back, 27. You have to think, do they have shots to win this chase? Really, at this point, people that I could see winning it, obviously Satomu, Evan Hunter, TJ Hanley, and then Trey Rainey and Roman Fenway. They have the best shots, obviously, along with Griffin Lynn, and maybe add in Anson and Charlebois to that. But otherwise, Anson and Charlebois' chances are very, very low as well at this point. Otherwise, it is maybe a 5-car race for the championship, just how strong Satomu has been in this chase. But it can all fall apart with one race. You can have one bad race that could snowball into multiple bad races. We'll have to see if that 44 team can continue this momentum to this final half of the chase. 5 races remain to crown a champion. Next race out is going to be at Rockingham for the Oreo 400. I will see you guys then.